Ladies and gentlemen, this first bout of your main card takes place over 3 rounds in the elite heavyweight division. Your referee when the action begins is Sacha Ricken O'Leary. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing MMA Cork with a record of 2 wins and 4 defeats. Give it up for Paudie Kelleher! Standing across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing SPG Ballina and making his mixed martial arts debut. Please welcome Jarlath Mahon! Heavyweight action to open the main card here in Elite FC. Big Paudie Kelleher in the grey trunks, Jarlath McMahon in the black.
Nothing better than a heavyweight bout.
They are big boys. They had to duck to get into the cage. Seventh amateur bout here for Paudie Kelleher. First for Jarlath McMahon. Nice heavy leg kick there by Kelleher. Kelleher had 2 fights here last year. His last one actually came in this venue against Brian Draper, a teammate of mine, and prior to that he had a war with Trevor McKengo at the Nationals. 44 years young and still going strong. Big looping right hand by Kelleher, just narrowly misses the target.
Yeah, you would feel if one of these boys connect, you might be going to sleep.
Yeah, the heavyweight fights always bring that little bit of extra jeopardy.
Heavy right hand by Paudie. Heavy leg kick by Paudie.
Wild looping shots, really loading up.
Paudie's catching those shots nice on his left arm.
Yeah, he got the guard back in place just in time on that last one. Knows he has power. You can really see he's committing to those big shots.
Heavy leg kick again from Paudie. He's really tuning up that lead leg.
Jarlath is circling a lot to his left, so he's leaving himself open to these big leg kicks or the big looping right hand, which Kelleher is hunting for. McMahon just probing here on the outside, but it's Kelleher who's the one throwing the big heavy shots so far. Looking to step in and find that range, but the danger of doing that in a heavyweight fight.
Oh, trade left hooks.
Nice calf kick by McMahon there.
Paudie's putting pressure on Jarlath here.
I'd like to see Kelleher let that hand fly down the pipe rather than the big looping shot. I'd like to see him set it up with the jab and step in and throw that straight right hand. Clearly has a lot of power.
Heavy leg kicks being traded in round 1 between both athletes.
There's been some big impactful shots so far in this round by Kelleher. Both guys swinging wild. Nice high guard protects Kelleher. And there we go, first round in the books.
Yeah, Kelleher's catching these shots well. You can see the experience versus maybe inexperience here.
Without a doubt, yeah. Kelleher loading up, but he's been successful on quite a few occasions there. He's given Jarlath McMahon some problems, and McMahon finding it difficult to get his own shots off at the moment.
A tense round 1 when they have that much power in their hands.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always that little bit of jeopardy at play with the heavyweights. As I said, Paudie lost 2 fights to 2 very, very accomplished amateur fighters, Brian Draper and Trevor McKengo last year, but the year before that he had won his couple of fights previous to that, so you know he's been in there in competitive tough fights. An experienced guy, even at this age, he's still mixing it with younger fighters, and
Gotta respect that.
he's bringing the fight certainly here to Jarlath McMahon tonight and letting him know he is in a fist fight.
That's for sure.
There we go, they're stepping in now. McMahon stepping into danger and letting the shots fly. Bad
The boys
things
are
can happen when
swinging heavy.
two heavyweights decide to do this.
Heavy shots.
They are swinging wild here in round number 2.
Heating up here in round 2.
Kelleher steps on the front foot again. Shoots in, connects. Drags the legs out from underneath McMahon, who almost managed to keep his balance, but finds himself down, slumped against the fence.
Great takedown. Great start to round 2.
There is nothing like two heavyweights slugging it out to get the fans out of their seats. Kelleher took the advantage then to change levels and finds himself in top position here. McMahon just trying to frame away and block the legs passing. He's trying to get his legs back in play, and he does so. A good guard recovery, but he's pressed against the fence here. Trying to get foot on hip to create space. Kelleher now trying to start getting a little bit of room to try and land a couple of big shots here on top.
And these would be very damaging shots if Paudie could posture up and leave some go. Good control here from Paudie. Landing some shots.
He's just doing enough to stay active and keep the referee off his case.
Yeah, and these shots are landing.
You can see McMahon, he can't stay here for too much longer. He's been asked to do a little bit of work and improve his position. Lying here and just trying to deflect shots isn't really going to be a substantial or an effective way of protecting yourself. The corner of McMahon looking for him to get that control on his inside bicep, but Kelleher landing, tapping away with just those irritating little shots at the moment.
And this just shows that experience from Paudie to get the takedown when they were swinging it out. And now he's secure round 2.
Yeah, he absolutely took himself out of harm's way and just put himself in a position where he could dominate the round on the ground. Interesting second round. The corner of the MMA Cork man very, very pleased with his work here at the end of that second. And Coach Aaron Maguire, Paul Buckley, they are voicing that happiness to Paudie Kelleher, and they're pleased with how he changed levels and changed the direction of the fight. Got himself out of danger. There was a slugfest where the chips can fall anywhere, and he just took the danger and the opportunity away from Jarlath McMahon by putting him on his back. McMahon looks exhausted over in the red corner.
Yeah, a few big deep breaths coming out of that corner now. But it is his pro debut, or his amateur debut, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. But he will learn from this.
Yeah,
and look, it's still not over yet.
It's absolutely still all to play for. Anything can happen in a heavyweight fight. But Paudie Kelleher looking very, very fresh here in the MMA Cork corner and up on his feet throughout the break in that round. And looks like he's about to start fighting, not like he's had 2 rounds already.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight to be carrying around for round 2.
Look at that, Kelleher straight out on the front foot. He knows he's got his opponent struggling a little. Changing levels to try and get to the hips, drive forward into Jarlath McMahon. Connects the hands, lifts the level, and he's going to just switch direction and places him down on the mat. Excellent work by Kelleher. Steps into the half guard to anchor his opponent.
It's a big man to try to get off here.
Yeah, there's not a hell of a lot of room to move underneath somebody like Kelleher, and it's, you know, when you've got 100 kilos plus pressing down and anchoring you to the floor, it makes using jiu-jitsu very, very challenging, especially when you're also pressed against the fence. And the way Kelleher's dropping chest on chest, and he's got the left arm of McMahon trapped across the body, so he's thinking about an arm triangle on that far side. It ain't there, so he swims back inside, but never allows him the space to dig an underhook and wrestle up.
Yeah, Paul Buckley asking in the corner to leave the shots go. That's also what I was about to say.
Yeah, what Kelleher did was excellent there. He just used the left shin to trap the right arm of his opponent, so now that just basically means he has no guard up on that side. Yeah. But McMahon did a good job of just swimming the hand back out of there. Look, he's looking for it again, the way he takes the wrist control. He's going to try and step that knee across the arm and pin that right arm to the floor. There he goes, and that leaves him free now to tap away with the ground and pound, and he's going for it. Hammer fists and shots.
Yeah,
referee now looking for him to improve position.
He's just defenseless here.
Yeah, and they're not big shots, but if you're not answering them, you're not defending yourself, you run the risk of the ref stepping in.
Yes.
Domination here over the course of those last 2 rounds for sure by Paudie Kelleher. Found himself in a slugfest and just changed the course of the fight entirely with his wrestling.
2 great takedowns in the last 2 rounds, securing him each round.
Yeah, and as you said, Jarlath McMahon has not been able to find his way back up. He's getting stood up in activity. Going to go back to the feet.
Interesting decision by the referee.
Yeah. Going to see one last pressure now by both fighters. We're going to see Jarlath McMahon swing for the fences. He loaded up for sure.
Very experienced from Paudie not to have it out on the feet there.
Yeah, Kelleher just dived straight for the legs. Final 10 seconds. McMahon doesn't have anything locked
Heavy
up.
Body shots.
Digging to the body.
Heavy body shots.
And there we go. It's time.
And
3 rounds in the books.
Domination from Paudie Kelleher, you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges have scored this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Paudie Kelleher!